Okay, let's chant. Who's playing the mirdanga?
Prakash. He'll be back very soon.
Okay. Prakash, Hare Krishna. Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Gora Premanandi, Hare Hare Bol. Hare Krishna. Very nice. Thank you for rising everyone to dance. You know, there is this Mexican saying, by chanting and dancing, all sorrows fly away. If you stand beneath a tree that has many birds on the, and you clap and chant, they fly away. The same way, when you chant and dance for Krishna, all sorrows goes away, fly away. So, it's very nice to be back in San Diego after some time. Happy to see all of you. Thank you, Sangeeta and family, for inviting us to your home. It's always a pleasure to share with you this wonderful philosophy of Krishna consciousness. And I would like to hear from you. Let's make it simple meeting, you know, for discussing. Oh, it's okay. We can put it. It doesn't fit in the head. We can put it like a crown here, like the Romans or something. It's okay. Thank you. Thank you. No, it's okay. Fine. So, let's make it a session of question and answer. One thing I noticed that people sometimes refer to the stories, not stories, they are history, you know. So they're not just stories, they're history. They are in the holy books, like Ramayana, Mahabharata. These are history, not they say mythology. What does mythology means? What means mythology? Something made up, isn't it? It's not real. It's not something like fancy, somebody made up, like this Arabic stories from 1001 Night or something. I was a kid, I used to read that book in Arabic. But because people, they don't understand the power of God, you know, they think this is all made up stories, mythology. They use very frequently this word, mythology, to refer to the histories of ancient India, you know. Because you see many surprising things, like Lord Ramchandra making the stones float on the water. You say, well, by physics this is impossible. Impossible for us, but not for God. He makes all the planet float in mid-air. So for some few stones to float on water is not a big deal for him. He's the master of creation, the Lord and master. So anything possible for him. Or a 7 years old Krishna to lift a big mountain with his little finger. It's not mythology, it's real. It happened. He did it. The mountain is still there. But people, unfortunately, they are badly influenced by this, you know, materialistic people who say, oh, it's all mythology stories. Means made up, you know, folklore, you know, from ancient times. It's not real. Huh? That's offense, actually. That's to think like that. Because it involves mystic powers, you know, mystic powers, which hardly anybody possesses nowadays. But doesn't mean that the past didn't exist. These things were there. is real. You know? So it's very important to understand things as they are. Because, you either accept the authority of the materialistic scientist, or you accept the authority of Shastra, Guru, Sadhu. These are our authorities, these three, Sadhu, Shastra, Guru. We accept their opinion, not just anybody's opinion. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna also gives his opinion. But his opinion is not like anybody's opinion. It's the ultimate opinion. It's the final statement. It's the greatest authority in spiritual knowledge. So sometimes fanatics, religionists, they go try to convert people in India. They preach like this, why Ramachandra, if he's God, why he has to get help from monkeys? If he's all powerful, why he has to need help from monkeys? They speak like that. But they don't understand. He's giving service opportunity to the poor monkeys. He doesn't need their help. They say, he allowed his wife to be kidnapped by a demon. What kind of God is he? Actually, his wife wasn't kidnapped by a demon. That was a Maya Sita given to the demon. The real Sita was somewhere else, safe. But they don't understand the concept of lila, pastime. God's having fun doing these things, and how he's feeling love and missing his dear wife, They don't understand this thing because they are not devotees. Unless you love God, you can't understand Him. You may misunderstand. You can't give any mundane logic to criticize God. Supposedly they are after God. All religions are after God. And we are telling them, here is God, Krishna, Rama, accept. No, this is not my God. They fools. They think there is Muslim God, there is Christian God, Hindu God. What is this? God is one. It may have different names and form, but it's one, only one. One Supreme God. Hare Krishna. Maybe in their tradition they have no revelation of God's form or activities. But in the Vedas there is such information. So instead of accepting, they have a lot of prejudice. No, this is not in our scripture. So what? The scripture is the only scripture in the world. Only the Middle East is okay. What about the Far East? It's not okay. They are very close-minded, Very close-minded. They can't understand things beyond their own understanding, minute. Prabhupada gives the example of Dr. Frog. Once in a well, there were many frogs. One frog jumped out of the well and went and saw the ocean. So he came back to tell his friends about the ocean. So, I saw big, huge water. How big? Twice or well? No, much. 4 times. No. More. 8 times. No. 12 times. No, you're imagining things, It's not possible. Somehow so big. Because only they know their well. They don't know beyond that. So in the same way, they have their own ideas, misconception about God. They want to, they say, God can come to this world. Why not? He created the world. If he wants to come, he can come. Who's going to forbid him to come? Like Avatar, They don't understand this thing. They can't. They are very close-minded. Like it happened years ago in Poland, You heard the story? One lady nun, Christian, because the movement before was suppressed at the time of the communism, but after communism fell, the movement started to flourish in all those countries, Russia and all the ex-Union Soviet, Poland included also, start to flourish, many people joining. Actually, I visited Poland, I went to India in the 80s, and I was looking for the devotee, could not find them, because they were in hiding. Not open, They could not give me address, nothing. But now, it's nice. Anyway, so this lady took the devotees to court, and she made a case that this Hare Krishna worship an immoral God. Krishna is an immoral God, and why? Because he married 16,000 wives. That's very immoral for God to do. That was her idea. That God can marry so many women. Doesn't look nice, Why he has to have so many women? Prabhupada said, why only 16,000? 16 million is still a small number for him. He's unlimited, he's God. And the thing is, the proof that Krishna is the Supreme God is that the wife didn't have to wait 16,000 days or nights to see him. He was simultaneously in each and every palace at the same time, doing different activities. That is the supreme proof that he is the Supreme God. Because no matter how powerful a yogi or devata could be, can't expand more than 9 times. And all the 9, they will do the same things. Like you put 9 TVs on the same channel. They will do the same thing. But no, Krishna was doing different activities simultaneously in 60,108 palaces at the same time. That's the definite proof that he's the Supreme God, above all gods, above Brahma and Shiva. Like that. They're proud to be servants of Krishna. You see, Shiva was in meditation. In whom he's meditating? In the Supreme Lord, Brahma and Krishna. Isn't it? Even when Krishna was in Vrindavan as a baby, Shiva came to visit him. He wanted to have darshan of Krishna as a baby. But he disguised himself as a yogi. So he went to the door of Mother Yashoda, and she offered food, clothes, whatever. He said, no, I want to have darshan of your son. She said, not possible. Because he came with cobras, still around. She said, they look very, very frightful to my son. I can't allow it, sorry. So Shiva was very sad, he could not see his Lord. So he went under the banyan tree, stayed in meditation, fasting, So when Yashoda wanted to feed Krishna, Krishna would not eat because his devotee was fasting. So she asked the neighbor gopis what to do. They said, maybe you have to please the yogi who came to your home, then Krishna will eat. She said, okay. They brought the yogi. Come. Okay, you can come to my house, see my son. But when he was walking toward Krishna, 10 steps only from there, not too close. These snakes around your neck are very dangerous. Don't step, more steps, only 10 steps. And then, Krishna was happy to see his devotee, Aradhya. And Shiva was also very happy to see his Lord. They smiled at each other. And after a few minutes, Yashoda said, darshan finished, you have to leave now. So Shiva wasn't fully satisfied. He went back to do tapasya, to fast. So Krishna also will not eat. So the gopis, they told Mother Yashoda, you have to bring him back and satisfy him fully, then Krishna will eat. So they brought the yogi back, or Shiva. And she said, please tell me, how can I please you? So you bless my son to eat and be healthy and strong. He said, okay, I'm planning to stay some time here in Braja, maybe 3-4 months. And I want to come every day to your home, not just to have darshan of your son, but I want you to wash his feet, and that water you give to me to drink, I'll put on my head. that will be, then I will bless your son. To always be healthy and happy. And say, okay, fine. So even up to today, they wash Krishna's form, then that same water they give to washing Shiva. Like that. They still do that in Vrindavan, Braj, Nanda. So there are many wonderful pastimes like that. You know. But I would like to hear from you. Any comment or doubt or you would like to share? We'd like to discuss also a little bit about. Recently, there was inauguration of Ramchandra Temple in Ayodhya after 500 years, you know. That was a great achievement, you know. Because India never did invade any country. Never attacked any country. They defend themselves from Pakistan. One amazing thing about this Pakistan-India thing, you know, political things, is that all these people, they were Hindus before. They were converted by force to Muslim religion. Sometime because of they are poor, so the Muslim governor, they will say, okay, if you become Muslim, we don't take taxes from you. Otherwise, you have to pay heavy taxes. So they will be forced, you know, because of poverty, to convert. Or at that time of Lord Chaitanya, if a Muslim just throws some water on you, you immediately become Muslim, just like that. People were so innocent. You know? They believed that just by sprinkling some water, you are converted. So one such case happened, and the devotee went to see Lord Chaitanya. He wanted to see all the Brahmins first as advice, you know. One Muslim ruler, you know, throw some water on me. What should I do? I don't want to become Muslim. What should I do? So you must drink lead until you die. You should drink ghee until, you know, 1 gallon of ghee you should drink. But that means you have to die, you know. So he went to Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya said, no. Just go to Vrindavan and stay there, chant the holy name. Okay. Hare Krishna. Let him see the fishes. He will be distracted by those. The nice looking fishes. Let him see the fishes. Hare Krishna. All right. So Krishna also took the form of a fish, Matsya Avatar. A small fish, then he became a gigantic. Krishna have such a great sense of humor, you know. He came as Varaha. He came out of the nostrils of Lord Brahma, very tiny, a boar, and suddenly started becoming huge. So that means Krishna has a sense of humor also. He likes to play tricks. When I joined the Hare Krishna movement back in the 70s, I gave books to my friend, family members to read about Krishna. My younger sister, she told me, oh, I read the book, very nice, thank you. But I have one doubt. I say, ask me anything. She said, but please don't be offended. I say, no, I will not be offended. Ask me anything. She said, well, I don't understand why you worship a God who's a thief and a liar. I said, why you say that? Well, don't be offended. No. She said, well, because I read in the book, Krishna liked to steal butter and yogurt. And when he's caught, he denied, no, I'm not stealing. So he's not only thief, he's also liar. How can you worship a God like this? I told her, okay, to answer your question, I'm going to ask you to please at least theoretically accept that Krishna is Supreme God. He said, theoretically, it's okay, I accept. I told them, if he's God, that means he created the whole universe. And that means everything inside the universe belongs to him, including butter, milk, yogurt, everything belongs to him. So he say, I'm not stealing, he's saying the truth. How can you steal from yourself? It belongs to you. It's like if you go to the fridge and take, it's his home, belongs to him. So, I never thought about that. Makes sense. Yeah, Krishna consciousness is full of common sense, logic. So, going back to the story in Poland, so the case was very advertised by the TV news because the first time a god being sued, in the court, So one devotee lawyer, he came in defense of Krishna. And, courtroom, full of people there. And the devotee was saying, dear Mr. Judge, can you please tell the Christian nun to say what vows she took when became, ordained as a nun? They have vows also to make, like we have 4 principles and all this, no? And she said, I don't see how related. I'm not going to say. The judge said, well, we can't force. The devotee said, that's okay. Can I read them? Yeah, you can read them. So the devotee was reading the vows they make when they become ordained as nuns. And one of them is that we accept Lord Jesus as our eternal husband. They take a ring also. They give them a ring like they're married, like that. It's one of their vows. So the devotee lawyer asked the judge, Mr. Judge, who has more wives, Lord Jesus or Krishna? The judge smiled and said, case dismissed. There are more Christian nuns than 16,000 in the world. And you know why Krishna married so many wives? You know, no? You know? The reason is they were kidnapped by a demon, Asura. And they were great devotees, so they prayed to Krishna for their deliverance. And Krishna went there on Garuda, and he killed the demon and rescued them. So he told them, go back to your home. They were princesses. They said, no, nobody will accept us back. Once in Vedic times, women stay out of their home, nobody will accept back. The husband or parents say, no, you're done. So, but they said, we want you to marry all of us. That's our desire. And because they were pure of heart, they sincerely wanted to have Krishna as their husband. Krishna agreed. It was a huge fire yagya, vivah yagya, thousands. One time, 16,000. That's God. He can do anything. And we, at the same time with all of them. Each one of them thought, oh, Krishna is more attached to me than the others. He doesn't go to the other. He stays only with me. Each one thought like that. That's Krishna's power. I mean, Lord Ramchandra, he accepts only one wife. Isn't it? He's giving moral instruction to human society. Be satisfied with one wife. And chant the Lord's holy name. But Lord Krishna is more liberal. He accepts everyone. Because Lord Ramchandra is Maryada Purushottam. He's giving an example of a perfect human being. Perfect king. But Lord Krishna is showing he's the supreme God, Lord. Openly in Bhagavad Gita he says, I am the supreme God. Everything comes from me. Aham sarvasya prabhavamatta sarva pravartati timatva vajantima buddhabhava samanvitaha. Bhagavad Gita 10:8. They said, everything spiritual and material comes from me. I'm the origin of everything. That means it's the origin of all devatas, Ganesh, Durga Mata, Lord Shiva. He is origin of all of them. He's the origin of everything. Everything comes from him. And the person who knows that, worship me with all their heart, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. So the highest knowledge, highest understanding is to love God. That's real religion. Not just some ritual, some ceremony. No, to love. And love means obedience. Love means surrender. Isn't it? So, without loving surrender, it's not possible to understand God. It's very mysterious. But He's revealed by His pure devotees. Krishna revealed Himself only to His pure devotees. And we can listen from pure devotees. We can listen from the books, the Shastra. Then we can learn the truth about Krishna. Not what people say, that Krishna was killed by an arrow. All nonsense. You know the story. You have any doubt about it? I can clarify that also.
Can you clarify?
Huh?
Can you clarify? How did Krishna enter this first?
Okay. The thing is that at the end of the Kurukshetra war, Gandhari was angry at Krishna because all her sons died in the Kurukshetra war. 100 sons. And she cursed Krishna that in the same way your dynasty also will be finished. No? And he also part of his dynasty, so that means he also has to disappear from this world. No? And she after that regretted cursing Krishna, but Krishna said, that's all right, that was my arrangement. Because Krishna has to find an excuse to take his Yadu dynasty out of this world to his eternal home, no? And Vaikuntha, the spiritual world. He has to find an excuse. They can't just disappear in middle air like science fiction movie or something. Poof, disappear, no. Has to be logical, human reason. So what happened is that of course, when Vyasadeva came to see, after the Kurukshetra war ended, he came to see, Dhritarashtra. And Dhritarashtra asked Vyasadeva, you gave me blessing to have 100 sons, but now I lost all of them. Why I'm suffering so much? Why this happened to me? Please tell me. You're my guru. And Vyasadeva said, in your past life, you was a king. And you, because of your bad karma, you got a very severe skin disease. No doctor could cure you. But one doctor came from South India. He said he could cure your disease. But he needed to make medicine using the body part of 100 swans. But the doctor said, I will not take karma for killing any swans. If you do it, take the karma, I can make medicine. So you accepted the karma, and you didn't feel any regret to kill this 100 swans, any remorse. So now these 100 swans became your sons, and now you're suffering because of their death. Because past life you didn't regret, you didn't feel, you just wanted to get cured. You got cured, but you beat the bad karma. Now you're suffering because of that. Just see how the law of karma works. Very strict. If you harm even an ant, that will be taken into account. At least willingly, we should not harm any living entity. Anyway, So Krishna has to find a way, excuse to take his devotees back to its kingdom, eternal kingdom. So at Prabhaha Kshetra, there was a ceremony, all Kshatriyas went there, all the Yadu dynasty went there, and they, Kshatriyas are allowed in special ceremonies to drink fermented rice, like a drink. They got intoxicated. And what happened is that they start fighting each other. But the thing, what happened before that was Samba, Krishna's son, he disguised himself as a lady with a pillow, looked pregnant, and other princesses from the Yadu dynasty, they wanted to play a joke on the rishis. So they went to the rishis, they were laughing. Oh, you rishis can predict the future. Can you tell us this lady is going to have a boy or a girl? So the rishis were not in good humor. They said, what she's going to have will be the cause of the destruction of all your dynasty. So they were frightened. They ran to the palace and they told Krishna's grandfather. What was Krishna's grandfather's name? Ugrasen, yes. What happened? So immediately, and they opened the belly, the pillow became iron. So what to do with this iron, big lump of iron? Oh, ground it to powder and throw it in the middle of the sea. So they did that. A small piece was left thrown in the jungle. Small piece. So the waves, they carried this particle of iron to the shore, and the wind made them stick in the bamboo trees, So they grabbed those bamboo trees and start killing each other. And the small piece of iron, one hunter found it, made it the head of an arrow, and he mistook Krishna's foot to be the head of a deer. Supposedly, Krishna died because of an arrow in his foot. That's far from the truth. The truth is that hunter was Bhrigu Muni, who was cursed to be a hunter for 1 year because he made some aparat, some offense. So, and the arrow, the Bhagavatam, 11 canto say, didn't touch Krishna's foot. That landed next to his foot. So he came to apologize to Krishna for mistaking his foot for... imagine what a deer hunter doing in the middle of a war, And mistaking Krishna's foot for... Anyway, these are Krishna's plans, So he came apologize. Krishna said, that's okay. I'm going to take opportunity of this to bewilder more the atheist. So Krishna created a body that resembled him, but made of material, and with an arrow in the foot. Not himself. He created a body like that. And he left in his own spiritual body, he went to Golok. That's the true story. Now, what about the killing of the Yadu dynasty each other? That also didn't happen. Was an illusion, Maya illusion created by Krishna. There is a story in the Vedas of a magician family. They went to perform at the king's palace. They were husband, wife, and 2 teenager sons. They were performing. Very amazing things, appearing, disappearing things. So the queen was very impressed. She took a necklace pearl, and put it on one of the sons, as a gift, made of gold and pearls. And the boy was very happy. So his brother told him, I'm your elder brother, give it to me. He said, no. She gave it to me, not to you. Why should I give it to you? They start fighting with swords. They killed each other. So the mother saw, my sons are dead, why should I leave? He also killed himself. And the husband also, without my family, I don't want to live. He also killed himself. The blood was there, the bodies were there lying on the floor, everybody was ghastly, disturbed, We went to have fun and we see all this. We have to take the body for cremation and everything. And after 1 week, the king and the queen received a letter from the magician family. You didn't reward us for our last act of our death. If you want to reward us, we are in this address. They immediately run there and they were all of them safe. They made that's called illusionism. They create an illusion. So if they can do like that, Krishna is the supreme magician. He also can create illusions. So although some people saw the fighting, people heard about it, actually didn't happen. The other dynasty didn't kill each other. That was just an excuse to take them back to Godhead. That's Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explained that. Or Acharya, one of our Acharyas. Is that clear now? I have no more doubts. Because even nowadays, you see some, atheist people say, oh, Krishna was killed.
Yeah.
Fools, they're confused. They don't know who Krishna is. No, Krishna was real. Krishna war was real. Yeah, was real. And everybody who died in Kurukshetra got moksha, liberation. Those who were devotee, accepted Krishna as Supreme God, they went to Vaikuntha. Those who didn't accept, they went to Brahma Jyoti, impersonal Brahma. Everybody was delivered in that war because Krishna was there present, personally there. It was not any ordinary war. It was different. Because sometimes also they misunderstand Kurukshetra war. Oh no, it says Pandavas means the 5 senses, Krishna is the intelligence. They misinterpret like that. But they should know, this is real. Pandavas real, Krishna is real. It's not some allegorical thing or something. No, it's real. We accept them as it is. The other is illusion because Acharya explained it is illusion. There was also one big magician at the time, in India at the time of the British rule. He was famous, very famous magician in Calcutta. I don't remember his name, Sarkar, something Sarkar. Huh? Yes, that's him. Yes, Sarkar. And he invited all the British for a function, So, a theater for 2,000 people. And the function was supposed to start at 4 p.m. So, Englishmen, 4 p.m. sharp, they were there. Not like us, we say 5:30, we come 6:15. Because we know everybody, so we also come late. Don't worry. Anyway, so 5:15, nothing happened. 5:30, the magician didn't show up. 4:45, nothing. He arrived at 5. Everybody was angry, shouting at him, give us back our money. How you can offend us coming so late? He said, what are you talking about? Look at your watch, it's 4 o'clock. And all of them have this, pocket watch. They took it out. It said 4 o'clock. And 2,000 people, the same watch said 4 o'clock. He said, that was his first magic. Illusionist. He created an illusion. So Krishna is supreme magician. Of course, he's making us believe we are this body. We are not this body. But everybody thinks they are the body. So that's also illusion. In our part, the illusion in our part. But Krishna dispelled our illusion, speaking Bhagavad Gita. He said, no? Natu evaham jatu nasam natam neme janadipa natsaiva sarva nachaiva yava vishyama sarvevayamata param. You are not this body, you are all soul, eternal soul. All of you Arjuna, me, we never non-existent, we always existed. Now and the future, forever. So the soul is eternal. When the body dies, the soul doesn't die. But the soul have material attachment, that's why I keep coming. samsara, birth and death. When we become fully attached to Krishna, then we forget our material attachment. Then we can get moksha. Of course, for devotee, moksha means bhakti. Bhakti, love, to love God. All right. Any other comment, questions, doubts? Small doubts, maybe?
Is there any specific rule or technique how you deal with non-believers?
How?
Non-believers, how to deal with non-believers?
How to deal with non-believers? Well, use common sense and logic, you know?
Did Prabhupada address that?
Yeah, Prabhupada did address that. For example, you mean people who are atheists?
Atheist or doesn't believe in Krishna consciousness.
Okay. I mean to say, it's a simple thing. You either accept some authority, either the scientist, materialistic, atheist scientist, or you accept, Krishna's authority, or God authority, Ramchandra authority, Vishnu, whatever. Prabhupada said you follow some authority. Either you accept Buddha or Jesus Christ or Muhammad. Accept some authority. Follow that authority. They also speak about God. No? Doesn't matter. But if you are atheist, that means you don't understand God. So that's why you deny Him. Because it's difficult for you to understand. The simple logic for atheists is this, if I tell you right now that this harmonium just appeared by itself here, you will not believe me. Because your common sense tell you, no, somebody made it. Somebody cut the wood, somebody made it together, and that's why the instrument is here. That's common sense. So in the same way, if you see the cosmos, the universe, has so many, wonderful arrangements, why the planets floating in mid-air, they're not colliding with each other? Who made the rules for them to follow their own orbit without colliding? Why is the sun at certain distance from Earth planet? If it come a little closer, it would burn it up. If it's too far away, it would become icy cold. So who made this arrangement? By accident? That's what their argument. They say by accident. I don't see how by accident things come perfectly. It's like giving a monkey a typewriter and he will end up writing a novel. Something like that. Do you believe something happened like that? Not possible. So they believe like that. By chance. Everything comes by chance. That's more a fairy tale to believe everything comes by chance than to accept there is supreme intelligence behind the universe. That's more common sense. So we can use this logic. It's a good logic. Well, that means...
make most of the mistake is believing that this is one life I enjoy and that's it.
Well, that means, you can tell them this story. Some years ago, one scientist, a group of scientists, went to Africa to study the gorilla community, They made contact with the gorilla community in the jungle. They are actually very pacific animals, They're not violent, gorillas. So they made friendship with them, giving them bananas, and being kind, nice to them. So they gained their trust. And they started to teach them how to communicate with hand sign. And after some time, there was some communication between the scientists and the gorillas. So, example, they will ask gorilla, "Where are you going?" "Oh, I'm gonna take a bath in the river, then I'm gonna have a nap, then I will take some bananas." By hand sign, they will speak like that. Anyway, after some time, one of the gorillas died. You know, the gorillas are monogamous. They only have one partner all their lives. Humans can learn from them that. You know, to be faithful to the husband or to the wife, you know, for life. Anyway, so they were burying the gorilla. The wife was next there crying. So the scientist asked the wife, "What do you think what happened to your husband?" She said, "Oh, he's finished forever. He doesn't exist anymore. There's nothing more after death, you know." So people who think that there is nothing after death, they are no more intelligent than gorillas, according to this story. Human beings are more intelligent, you know, because God has given them the intelligence to understand that we are not these material bodies. What is making the body alive? What is missing in the dead body that the living body has? You know? Once a devotee scientist went to hear from big scientist, doctor, and he was explaining, writing the chemicals that give life to the body. He mentioned all the chemicals, like 14 plus chemicals. And the devotee said, "I'm also a scientist, PhD. If I give you all these 14 plus chemicals, can you inject it in the dead body and make it alive?" He said, "I doubt that will happen." So they just speak theory only. They never prove their theory that life comes from chemicals. They can't prove it. They're just speaking theory only. So that means they are fools. If they believe there is nothing after death, they will get the big surprise after they die. Then it will be too late, you know. Once I had a dream, many years ago, one very bad man, you know, he came maybe once, a few times to temple, but he was, you know, into drugs and, you know. Yeah, yes, better. And, you know, doing bad things. And he was in heavy drugs, and he was having some military came to his home. They were searching for drugs, whatever. And he fighting them, he was intoxicated, and they killed him. So I had a dream that he was going down to hell. And he said, "The Hare Krishna were right, it's too late." They were correct. There is hell. So people who don't believe, doesn't matter you believe or don't believe, things are going to happen. I mean, even a child, when they speak, say, "My knees, my hand, my nose, my head." No? Never say, "I am hand, I am leg." No, they say mine. So there is two things. The body and the owner of the body, who's living in the body. Nobody say, "I am hand." My hand. Who's the owner of the hand? Who's the person claiming to have it? So it's a common sense thing. No? My mind doesn't allow me to sleep. I'm very worried about this, that. You are not the mind. You have a mind. And these people, they believe this material life is the all in all. There is nothing more than this. Let us enjoy, but then if you want to enjoy, why you're suffering? You can't deny there is suffering. You don't want to get sick, you don't want to get old, you don't want to die, so why you're suffering? They have no answer. They think this life is the only thing. That's very, very short-sighted. Like some insects, they are born at night, they multiply by night, and they die at night. They never see the sun. For them, there is no sun. So materialistic people like that. Huh? What can you do? Give them a book, let them read, see if that it catches their attention. The philosophy, I mean, it's a deep philosophy. And this is for intelligent people, the philosophy. You know? For inquisitive people who wants to know the truth. I mean to say the problem materialistic people have is that they can't keep the material things they want. You have to die, you have to give up everything. Unwillingly, you don't want to, but you are forced. So better before you die, you know what's going to happen after that. Don't wait last minute. You know, that means intelligence. God is giving you intelligence to find the truth. Use it properly, you know. Inquire from the sages, from the holy books. Find the truth. Don't be misled by atheistic ideas. You know? Because they are misleading people. To believe that there is no God, no creation, everything evolution, only body is no soul. All nonsense. And unfortunately, they are teaching this on university schools, isn't it? Openly they are teaching now these things. But the devotee should not be confused. They should know the truth. These are imperfect human beings giving their imperfect opinion. Why we should care about their opinion? We care about Krishna's opinion, Vyasadeva opinion, Narad Muni opinion, Valmiki opinion. Who are they? What is their value of their opinion? Like that. Chastise them a little bit. Okay. Hare Krishna. Yes?
Maharaj, thank you for the class. And I was just thinking what you were saying with attachments and things, how materialist. I mean, I know I have so many attachments that I'm unable to give up even small things like books. I was telling my mom crossword puzzles. I was listening to Radha Shankar, and he was saying, you know, when you
Somebody should invent some devotional crossword.
With the attachment, he was saying, you know, even these little things where we spend time, because it is time being
They will be gradually reduced and forgotten, you know. Have to increase our chanting and hearing about Krishna, then things naturally become less.
So I was listening to a class by Radha Shankar, and he was talking about Maharaj Bharat and how he was the emperor of all known world and he gave everything up as, you know, just...
He became distracted by a deer.
Deer.
Well, and we are distracted by so many things, you know, crosswords and internet games and so many things. We have to reduce that, increase our Krishna consciousness. I mean, the case of Maharaj Bharat, he went to the forest and he was alone. We have the good fortune to have devotees association. They can tell us, be careful, you know, don't deviate. But he didn't have association. He was by himself. If he had some association or other rishis, they would have told him, no, don't be distracted by this deer, you know. Take care of your spiritual life. He didn't have that. So that's why it's so important to keep company, devotees' company. He can tell us, you know, be careful, you know, don't be too distracted. But the thing, he was such a great devotee that Krishna didn't forget him. In his next body, although he took body of a deer, he didn't forget Krishna. He still remembered being a devotee. No? Huh? And he was always keeping company with rishis, sages, to hear from them. Since he didn't do it before, now as a deer he took advantage of that. And then after that life, he became Jada Bharat. And in that life, he got liberation. So he had success at the end. But just to teach us, be careful, because Krishna is saying Bhagavad Gita, Jam Jambapi Smaram Bhavam Tyajatyante Kalevaram Tam Tam Mevaiti Kaunti Sadbhava Bhavita, that according to your state of mind at the time of death, that surely will carry you to the next life. So to prove this word to be true, Jada Bharat has to be born as a deer, although he was a pure devotee. He was at the stage of Bhava, almost there. Just one step more for prema. So, just to show us how careful we should be. Of course, we should increase our sadhana. Then this thing gradually, become less. But we should make our effort, and pray for Krishna's mercy at the same time. The thing is not to follow the dictation of the mind. You want to do this? No. You want to see something? See Ramayana. There is so many devotional videos. Now there is a new serial called Srimad Ramayana, made this year. You know Hindi, you can hear it, you can understand it. And it's all about the pastimes of the Lord. You can use that interest in watching, something, you can, like that. There are many things like that. So, no? What do you think?
Yes, Maharaj.
Or maybe you can make a devotional crossword, This means Rama, Krishna, like that. Yes.
So, in many stories, and even now you said that at the moment of death, if you call Narayana or if you think about God, you get liberation.
Yes.
Moksha.
Yes.
Okay. So, one devotee, who is entire span thinking and chanting about Krishna, but obviously at the moment, due to the physical, pain, he is not able to do that. And another person who is not at all devotee, but for example, there is a story where his own son name is Narayana. So when he was about to die, he calls his son Narayana, and then he got liberation.
No, he didn't get liberation.
Oh, he didn't get?
No. He got liberation from going to hell.
Okay.
Only that.
He got liberation from not going to hell.
From not going to hell.
Okay.
But after that, he was still alive. So he went to a mandir in Himalayas, in Haridwar, remained the rest of her life serving the Lord in that mandir, that temple. Then he went Vaikuntha. Now, he was, by Chaitanya Narayan, he was freed from going to hell. He was the Yamaduts, they were taking him to hell. But Vishnudutta stopped them. So this man chant offense without offense. He was calling his son. He was not sinking, contracting his sins. He was just calling son, not offensive. So that's why he was delivered from going to hell. But if a devotee who surrendered all his life to Krishna, and at the time of death he may not remember because he's very sick and can't chant, but Krishna doesn't forget him. In the Varaha Purana it is said, the Lord said, although my pure devotee may forget the time of death, I will appear in his mind. So somebody who's not practicing Krishna consciousness, he can't remember chanting the names at the time of death. He can't. Ajamila is an exception, not the rule. Like some devotees told me, okay, I will do like a Jamila, I will fall down, I give my name Krishna to my son, and I will say Krishna. Then he doesn't work that way. You can't cheat Krishna, he's better cheater than you. A Jamila happened by accident. He fell down by accident. He could not, willingly. He didn't plan it, just happened to him. He was very weak. And Krishna made one rishi come to his home when wife was pregnant. Oh, if you have a son, give him name Narayan. So Krishna was inspiring. Because some or other he made some service when he was young to Krishna. So Krishna never forget. Even the smallest service, he never forget. And Krishna said in the Bhagavad Gita, in this path there is no diminution or loss. Even the most minimum advancement you make protect you from the greatest fear. At least you will get a human body to continue your spiritual progress next life. It may take one life or more, or few more lives, but success is guaranteed for somebody who's sincerely chanting and surrendering to the Lord. He will get it. He's still fortunate. It may take a little more time, but it's assured you will get it. So, we have to be, Prabhupada said, very pessimistic about material life, but very optimistic about spiritual life. Pessimistic about material life means you don't put your hope to be happy with material life. You know everything here is temporary, not permanent. So why you put your faith to be happy with material things? No, put your faith in happiness, spiritual happiness that the Lord can give you by doing seva to Him, by chanting His holy name. Then you are in the right path. Hare Krishna. Okay, thank every one of you for coming, hearing. Very nice. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So, I'm going tomorrow to Los Angeles. I'm coming back next week to be. There is some home program also on the weekend. Next Saturday there's a home program somewhere. Find out. And then Sunday we have a Gora Purnima festival. Yeah, here in the temple. I will be here, of course.